Tipping goes into high gear during the holiday season. Most of us are never sure how much to give and who exactly should get what. Etiquette expert Lizzie Post, the great-great-granddaughter of Emily Post, is here with some tips on tipping. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me back.
What should people most keep in mind when it comes to tipping? That
this is really holiday thanking. This is the time to say thank you to all those wonderful service providers in your life.
And if you don't really, because so many people are stretched as thin as possible,
yes.
What should you do?
The best thing you can do is say thank you with your words. If you really aren't able to provide the tip or even a small gift like you were last year or a couple years before, it's okay to say, you know, dear Bob, thank you so much for this service. I'm sorry that this isn't what we were able to do last year. However, I want you to know it's not a reflection of your service.
Wow. That would be very meaningful. Right.
Good.
All right, let's move on and talk about different categories of people, like people who make us look good, hairdressers, manicurists, folks like that, people that you may see on a regular basis through a year.
Right. So what you want to do with them is do about the cost of an entire session and divide it amongst the staff. And you want to do the division. Don't leave it up to a receptionist or someone you leave the gift with.
Okay. Sometimes, though, we tip those people every time we go.
Yes.
Should you still tip them on the visit in December?
It may feel like a lot. You do not have to. What you can do, well, when you go for the visit in December, you do tip them for the visit.
Right.
But then you can give a gift as the holiday thank you, as opposed to the basically paying double.
All right. What about the dry cleaner?
The dry cleaner is not someone we traditionally tip. I'm sorry, dry cleaners.
No, I didn't think so.
But you don't traditionally tip them. If they've done great service, maybe give them a gift at the time of the good service.
All right. Delivery people?
Delivery people, you can, it depends on the delivery. If it's a regular UPS person who comes, you could think about doing a small gift for them.
Okay. What about the newspaper?
Newspaper, about $10 to $30 is always a great gift. We do chocolate chip cookies in my family.
Oh, is that,
yes.
I bet that works. You know, we talked about this a little earlier, because by law, you're not supposed to give money to the mail person.
That's correct, because it's a federal branch. You can't actually give cash.
Right.
What you can do is something of, you know, less than $20, or buy a consumable gift for the whole branch and deliver it to the branch.
All right. If you're lucky enough to have somebody who comes into your house once or twice a week and does some house cleaning or stuff like that, what do you do for the housekeeper?
You usually want to do about a week's worth of pay and or a gift with that.
All right. And let's move on to some other categories, like a Mr. Fix-It.
The Mr. Fix-It, you usually want to do about $15 to $40 if this is someone who comes regularly.
Snow removal person?
Snow removal. This is someone I like to do the tip at the end of the season, and usually the cost of one snow removals.
All right, now let's talk about, so many folks live in apartment buildings. It's especially true here in New York. What about people in the apartment building, like, I mean, there's a lot.
Yes, there are. There's the superintendent, the doorman, the elevator operator. On average, you want to do about $15 to $80 for these folks. Give it to each of them, not as a whole group. And what you want to remember with them, too, is that you know, these are people who you work with and live with regularly. You do want to make sure that that note is included.
Yeah, now, this really gets important. Babysitter. Especially if you have a consistent babysitter who you use all through the year, what do you do for that person?
For that person, you want to do about one evening's pay along with a small gift from your child, and it's a great time to teach your child about holiday thank yous.
Yeah, and last but not least, what if you're really particularly unhappy with the service you're getting?
This is not the time to voice your complaint with the tip. You want to voice your complaint at the time that you realize the service is not pleasing you, and hopefully they can correct it.
Lizzie Post, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.